Welcome back to the 801 Diaries podcast. I'm Abby.
And I'm Emily.
How are you doing today, Emily?
I'm doing good. Um, I'm waking up from a nap a little bit, so I'm
Nice.
kind of tired, but I'm doing good, feeling good.
I'm waking
How
up
about
from a
you,
deep
Abby?
I'm waking up from a deep, deep slumber. So I'm feeling okay. I'm
You're
sleepy.
ex you're vibing,
Yeah, we're
chilling.
we're
I
we're
like your
getting there.
shirt.
Thank you.
I like it.
It looks gorgeous.
Kind of fun.
I'm also cold.
Oh, I am too. It was about 12 degrees today for the high, so it's been cold today. There's a lot of new snow. Oh
Is
my
that
heck,
is
that's been
that
so fun.
12 Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Fahrenheit.
Oh.
Celsius, it's about -10. So, but we had got so much snow this week, so it's just like so pretty, and it was like a perfectly like clear, bright, sunny day with all this crunchy, crunchy snow because it
So
was
you
so
can't
cold.
see anything because it's so bright and so white. It's always
True.
so funny. It's like I gotta break out my sunnies in the winter because you literally can't see anything because it's so bright.
Exactly. But vibes were high, so it was all good. But how was your week? Anything fun happen?
We got some snow.
Okay.
Did we talk? Had I gone through my shoveling debacle last time?
No, that was
Okay.
on from vinyl to streaming.
So we got a lot of snow, like I don't know, 6 inches, something like that. And I thought, okay, I'm home. I'm gonna shovel the driveway. You know,
Proud of you.
like this is
What
what adults
what a
do.
what an adult you are.
This is what adults do, and I need to shovel my driveway. I've never shoveled a driveway before, and it was the most miserable thing in the whole entire world. Why is this something we have just accepted that we're gonna do every single time it snows?
Well, what
Like,
else are you supposed to do?
let it become ice. It's just your driveway. Let the plows get the main street. Your driveway's not that big. It does not matter.
Ooh, that's a hot take if
That
I've
is a
ever
hot
heard
take.
one.
That is a hot take, and I stand by it because it took me like an hour and a half, and our driveway is tiny,
Yeah,
and it was not fun. And people kept driving by, waving at me like it was some kind of camaraderie thing, and I was not in a good space.
you were
So
not feeling it.
so that will probably be the final time I ever shovel my driveway. But I will shovel the sidewalk if I have to. So I don't
Okay.
want the state or the city getting mad at me because I will shovel my sidewalk if I have to. It was
But the
just,
driveway's a
but the
no-go.
driveway's a no-go. It just, well, the problem was is we driven over it, so you had to like
Yeah,
scrape at the,
that is the problem.
at the tire marks,
Yeah, that's
and
actually the worst.
um, it was an experience.
Mm,
Not one I think I'll be having again anytime soon. You know,
yeah.
I've never shoveled. Okay,
Yeah.
we've established
You
this.
have said that, yeah.
And it always melts, at some point it will melt.
Well, here's also the thing. You may have never shoveled, but the people around you
I
who
know,
live in your house have always shoveled for you.
I know, but it always melts. I mean, well, it becomes spring and it melts, so it won't be like this forever. I think I
That's
could just
so
throw some
true.
salt on it and it would be okay. If it turned to ice, you can just throw some salt on it. It'll be fine.
There's some really hot takes being said right now.
I think that's it.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not a shoveler, but it's okay. We got some really pretty snow. But now it's kind of at that point where it's been a while. Most of it's melted. The rest that's left is
Mm,
brown. So it's not very pretty anymore. But it was
there you
fun
go.
to get a little bit of snow.
Amazing. Do you want to tell us about your birthday party?
Of course. So I had my family birthday party yesterday because
You did hype up the theme.
I
You
did.
told everybody there was going to be a good theme.
Yeah, so there was a theme and I wanted everyone to dress up. Um, the theme
Did anybody
was,
dress up?
um, kind of. Well, I'll get
Okay.
to it.
Yeah.
So I'm turning 24, which is really sad and disappointing and scary. So obviously I'm leaving my early 20s, because early 20s are 20 to 23, mid 20s 24 to 26, late 20s 27 to 29. You know,
Yes. Yes.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving my early 20s. So naturally, sorry, I need to get comfortable. Naturally, the theme was going to be a funeral for my early 20s because they are now
Naturally.
dead. Well, almost.
Naturally.
They're dead and gone and in the grave. So
Hmm.
I wanted to have a funeral. So I told everyone, remember, it is funeral themed. Please dress for the theme, you know?
Yeah.
So, Timo, I love you. You were not on theme at all. You were not on
What
theme at all. He had
TMO?
khaki shorts and a blue shirt. No way. Not on theme at all.
Shorts?
But that's
Shorts?
okay. I love you, Dad. You were my hero yesterday too. So
It's
you get a
January.
pass. You get a pass.
Okay.
Judy had black pants and a black shirt, so she gets a pass. She did it.
Not
Nicole
a
had
pass. She
no,
did.
yeah, she did it.
She
That's what I mean.
did.
She
Did it.
dressed up. Nicole, black pants, black shirt. She did it.
Amazing.
Tyler, gray ensemble. Because apparently he does not own any black, just gray. So he had a whole gray ensemble, so he gets like half a point for that.
So it was as close as he could have done it with his current
I mean,
wardrobe.
I guess. Adam shows up. Adam is my hero. He is straight up my hero. Shows up blue slacks, a t-shirt, like a gray t-shirt and a tie. Adam came out swinging with this theme. He killed it. Adam, you are my hero.
He wore a tie.
He wore a tie over
Oh,
his
it's good.
really, really cheap, like really thin t-shirt. It was so
Oh,
funny.
that's amazing.
He really encapsulated what this theme meant, like what this party
Yeah,
was supposed to be. So Adam killed it. So
amazing.
he is my
Go
hero.
Adam.
He also got me the coolest present ever. So slay Adam.
What did he get you?
He got me the original Shrek motion picture soundtrack on vinyl.
Stop.
So
That's
that kind of
amazing.
slays. Adam slayed hard. Adam slayed very
I'm
hard.
so sad. My present hasn't been delivered yet. It keeps getting delayed.
That's what Judy was saying.
I bought it forever ago, and I'm really upset because it would have been great to have you open it with everybody there yesterday.
It's okay. It'll get here when it gets here, and then it'll be perfect.
Yeah, hopefully.
So that was Adam really slayed last night. He also picked up 2 dozen Krispy Kreme donuts. So we had
Just
Krispy
because?
Kreme. Yeah, well, there was a promotion.
Oh,
So he
naturally.
picked up 2 dozen Krispy Kreme donuts, which I love Krispy Kreme donuts, was not complaining.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
it was a good night. It was a good night,
Okay.
yeah.
Solid.
But
Solid.
all the decorations were black. Judy put in a little bit of color because I am a colorful gal, and
Yes.
my funeral will have color, so
So there you go.
it made sense.
Yeah.
But
No,
it's late.
she was showing me everything and she goes, it was funeral themed, but it needed a touch of Abby,
Yes.
a bit of a colorful of Abby.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
okay, now I need to ask you, what was your reaction to your cake?
Oh, I loved it. It's so, so cute. It was so, so sweet of
Okay,
her. No, so I
tell
I told
everybody.
so the place we usually get our cakes from is on their winter break or whatever. So they couldn't make my cake. So Judy was like, "Do you want me to just make you one?" And I said, "Heck yeah, I do." So she goes, "Okay, what kind of cake do you want?" And I was like, "Either a German chocolate cake or a carrot cake. Like I don't care. Like I really don't care. Whatever you want to make more, you make." So she's like,
Yeah.
"Okay." So I get there. She had made 2 cakes, cut them in half and put them together. So it was half German chocolate and half carrot cake. It was the cutest thing in the whole entire world.
I
Judy
love
is
it.
so sweet. She slayed so hard with
Judy
that.
is so cute.
It
Yeah.
was
No,
so cute.
she was telling me all about it and I was FaceTiming her whilst decorating.
Hmm.
And it was just so fun. I was like, that's such a cute
It was so
idea of
cute.
like how to make the cake.
It
So,
was so cute. Because I was like, I really don't care, like whatever you want to make, because they're two very
yeah.
different cakes to make. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was like, whatever you want to do. And she made both of
Whatever.
them. So
So
cute.
cute. We
So
just love Judy.
and it was delicious. Holy cow, it was
It
so good.
looked so
It
good.
was so good.
Like it looked
So
so good.
that slayed.
Amazing.
So yeah, it was a good
Amazing. Has
time.
it
Good birthday time.
good? That's good to hear. Okay. Anything pop culture we need to catch up on this week?
Um, Praying for everyone in LA. This is very scary, very crazy things. So,
Yes.
that is
Yeah,
very
that's a
crazy,
big
very scary.
um
Hope everyone
in the
is
midst of
okay.
that, Spencer Pratt has and Heidi have lost their house, and Spencer is trying to get enough funds on TikTok in the next 7 days to rebuild the entire thing.
I don't understand that because they have a GoFundMe and I don't know. It's kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know.
I just think his TikToks about it are really funny.
Yeah, I don't
With him
know.
like standing at the beach, just like wind blowing in the hair blowing in the wind. I think it's funny,
It
but
was funny.
that he's trying to just do what he can with the horrible situation. But
Yeah, but it's crazy. These fires are absolutely insane.
yeah.
So, hope everyone
And
was able to get out and get their things and,
yeah,
you know,
hopefully
it's crazy.
everyone's okay. Let's see. Oh, this is a big thing. This is a very important thing. Timmy Chalamet,
Back on our favorite show, SNL. So
not only
excited.
back, he's his own musical guest,
Yes, he is.
hosting and music. And
Yes, he is.
there is not one more like my soul just wants him to sing It's Chocolate
What
so bad.
what I really
He
want,
won't.
what I really want is a Wonka medley because I want It's Chocolate. I want Pure Imagination. Like I really
Yes.
want a Wonka medley. And
I
then
think
he
that
can
would be
sing a
so
Bob
good.
Dylan song, but I want a Wonka medley. And
Amazing. I think
the
that's
thing
smart.
is, he's just unhinged enough that he might. You know what I mean? He
It's true.
might. I
He
know it's
just
probably
might.
not great for, I mean, he's, trying to get the Oscar
Promoting.
for A Complete Unknown, but he just might. That's the thing. Or put it in a skit or something. I don't know. But he just might.
He
If it
just
was,
might.
if it was anyone else, I'd be like, no way. But he just might.
There's a chance. See, here's the thing. I feel like Timmy, he has his weird mustache right now
Mm-hmm.
that he's making fun of, everybody's making fun
The
of. Like
eyelash on his
Nikki
upper lip.
Glazer's like, oh yeah, like that killed me. That I just am really excited to see what Timmy with a mustache can accomplish on SNL.
Yes.
Because I just picture the wraparound table,
Yes. We
chef's
need it. We
kiss.
need another one. SNL, if you're listening, we need another one
We need another
because
one.
it's my favorite. It's my all-time favorite skit.
Yeah. I think they will because they're really into doing the skits to people that like
Love.
with the
Yeah.
people that have been coming back. So I think that's great. I think a Tiny Horse solo. I mean, if he
Yes.
like let him sing Tiny Horse for one of his songs.
Yes.
A Tiny Horse Wonka medley? Come on.
Yes. Like, I really want to know how this came to be. If, like, his people approached SNL and was like, he wants to host SNL again, but he wants to be the musical guest. Or if SNL approached him and was like, will you host SNL this season? And he was like, only if I am also the musical guest, I must perform. Like, I want to know how this happened. I really want
You
to
know,
know.
I am very curious as well because the thing is, it doesn't feel serious.
Absolutely not. Like, I think
Like
he's
it's
the first, like, I feel like he's the first person to do this who's not a musical artist
yeah, yeah,
being the musical guest.
yeah. Like I just feel like it's the most unserious thing he's ever done in his
Yes.
life. And
And I'm
I
so
can't
here
wait to
for it.
see what he does. Yeah,
So here
exactly.
for it. I'm so
I can't
excited.
wait.
hmm
Yeah. So,
But it's gonna be incredible. So freaking excited. It's gonna be so good. So
bless. Bless, bless.
we will have
I'm
more
excited.
on that after because it's the
After he
28th, 25th,
25th,
25th.
25th.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
So
Can't wait.
that's my I'm just very excited. That's all I
Yes.
got.
Mhm. Oh, have you, I don't know if you've been, if you're TikTok, you've been getting this. Have you been seeing all of the like Michaela videos?
Yes.
Can we talk about this for a second?
Yeah, let's
Because
do
I feel
it.
like this has brought up a very interesting conversation around influencers
Okay,
and stuff. So, for those of
let's
you who
talk.
don't know, Michaela, the Boston makeup influencer, she
Kim Kardashian.
Kardashian, her, she one of the everyone's least favorite people on TikTok. She has came out and said that she's going through a very tough time. She's not going to talk about it, but she's going through a very, very tough time. And it was just TikTok after TikTok after TikTok after TikTok of her just crying, talking about how she's
Sobbing.
going through a tough time, but she's not going to talk about it. And I think respect your privacy and everything. If you are bringing it to the internet
Hmm.
deserves to know what's going on. And
I agree.
I think she and I because her whole thing is like I want to be authentic and everything.
Then
You're
be
not.
authentic. You're
That's
not.
literally it. You're literally not if you're not saying what's going on. Even just
Yeah.
you don't have to, go into mad detail, but just say what's going
Hmm.
on and then go about your life. Like go about making
Exactly.
your videos. Then you can make your videos crying and it doesn't come off as like just trying to get
Cash
views.
grabby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is so weird. And it's so funny
I
because
think
every time
it's
I see a TikTok, one of her TikToks, I go to the comments and there's always the same kind of comments. But whenever people are like, what's going on? Like, are you going to tell people what's going on? There's people who are like, you have no right to know what's going on, all this kind of thing.
But
So,
she brought nobody knew. Okay,
no,
that's the thing that bugs me is nobody knew she was going through a hard time until she brought it to the internet. And then she kept making content after content
mm-hmm,
after content
mm-hmm,
about it. I
mm-hmm.
saw a bunch of comments that were like, "Okay, Michaela, if you're going through a hard time, you don't want to talk about it. Say you're going through a hard time, get off the internet.
Yes,
Stop pressing record and then eating your Chick-fil-A whilst sobbing
yes,
uncontrollably." And
yes.
like it makes me uncomfortable with how hard she's crying in her
I know.
videos.
Like, why is she posting that? I'm sorry. Like, I think there's a way to be authentic and real as an influencer or whatever that means
But
without
like
being like overly sharing or like overly
yeah.
making people uncomfortable. I don't know. I think it is
Yeah.
so bizarre. I think it's so
It's
weird.
it's too much. And then she was like she made that video of her eating in bed, crying, and I was like,
Because
Michaela, like
because this is
we
how I feel, so I'm going to show how I feel right now.
that's great. Then tell people what's going on. Like
Yes.
this is like instead of letting people speculate about what's going on.
Hmm.
I feel like you're gonna cause so many more problems by like all the speculative rumors that you're
Yes.
creating or not
Yes.
addressing kind of a
Hmm.
thing that like I don't know. And
I
it's
think it's so
driving me
weird.
bonkers. I like yesterday she had like four get ready with me because I'm going to see a therapist for this problem I'm not going to tell you about. And I was like,
Yes.
just tell people what's going on or just get off
Yes.
the internet. And the
Hmm.
thing is like, yes, she's a full-time influencer and that's her career and her job, but she's reached a point where she's financially able to just step away for a while. Like if you're
Yeah.
going through this truly difficult of a time and you don't want to talk about it, you don't want to address it, but you can't keep going with your regular content, step away.
Take time off.
Pull
Yep.
back for a couple
Mhm.
months. Like, come on,
Yep.
you don't need to be
Making.
posting six times a day
Hmm.
when you can't make it, you can't stop crying. Like you
Hmm.
that's something you need to like pull away, go get help for. But don't bring it to the internet and then get all like, you guys just I'm not just not gonna tell you, I need my privacy. You guys just can't know what's going on right now. And it's like,
Yeah. Well, and
bro,
she was talking about like in her first video, she's like, all these last videos I've been making were lies. Like I was just putting on a face for the camera kind of a thing. And it's like that's what you do when you work. Like
yeah,
everyone has bad days. You have to go like continue to work, continue to live your life and
yeah,
act like nothing's wrong. Also, if you can make videos acting like nothing's wrong, why are you making videos proving things are like
proving,
saying things are wrong?
yeah,
And then not saying anything. Like it drives me insane. I hate this
insane.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
I hate it so much. So, so much.
I I completely agree. I I don't like, yeah, like we don't have a right to know what's going on in people's lives, but she's the one telling us that there's something going on and continually telling us,
Yeah.
and she's the one that brought it up. Like,
That's the thing. It's
tell
not
that.
like I mean, if her and Cody were getting divorced or something, it's not
Mhm.
like people found like what happened to Aspen Ovard, where people
Aspen, yeah.
found the filing for divorce and then brought it to her. She never brought it to the internet. Michaela brought this to the internet. She is the
No one
one out
knew
there.
anything.
Yeah, she is the one out here talking about it without ever actually talking about it.
Yeah,
I think it
no.
is so weird. I think it is so, so
Yeah,
weird.
absolutely. I don't even know. So it's really annoying, and I truly can't, I don't like her videos anyway. Like, I don't follow her. I don't
No, me
really
neither.
watch her. But she comes up on my screen and I just get so uncomfortable. Like, I just have to hurry and flick away because I can't watch her cry. Like,
Yep.
it's so painfully uncomfortable with how hard she's crying that I'm
Hmm.
like, I can't even be a part of this. Like, I need to not do this.
Yeah, well, and another theory out there is about how because Rich Lux, who's um like a
Reaction
gossip
channel,
channel, yeah,
gossip
reaction
channel,
channel,
yeah.
is extremely, extremely mean to Michaela. Whether you think it's warranted or not, he is so mean, like so, so
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
And
He
so
goes in.
a lot of people think that that's what this is about, is like it's just gotten to her kind of a thing, the Rich Lux. Why is she out here making more content for him to destroy? You know what I mean? Like, or
Yeah. Like,
like
and she's
say
feeding
something
it hard.
publicly,
That's it.
like that kind of a
Yeah.
thing. If that was a problem, say something publicly to stop it. Like you can't just sit there and like a bully, nothing's gonna happen if you just let the bully keep bullying. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it is so weird. I think it is so, so, so,
I
so
think it's way weird.
weird.
And it's annoying. And,
Hmm.
I hope whatever problem she's going through,
It's all good.
she
It gets
figures
resolved.
out and it's fine. But, like, girl, get off the internet. Like,
Yeah.
just stop.
Hmm.
Like, just you need to be done with this because
Yep.
this is just
Yep.
not it.
Hmm.
So, Michaela.
She's one of those, you know.
I feel like she's always in the middle of something. Like,
Yeah. No,
she can't
definitely.
not be in something. And I'm just like,
Definitely.
how did you get a
No,
following?
do your thing,
But whatever.
girlfriend. But yeah, so don't take things
Hmm.
to the internet if you're not willing to explain it because I think that is so annoying.
I agree. I agree. Okay, well, should we get into our main topic for today?
Sure.
Okay. So, before we get, well, I was talking to Timo, and Timo was telling me that unfortunately our topics are not super relevant to him.
I did hear about this.
And he told me he would really like to hear a podcast on how to fix a car wash. So I thought we could do that real quick and
Okay.
do that for our topic, okay? There's 3 steps to fix a car wash, just so everybody knows. Number 1, go see if it's actually broken. And then, well, 4 steps, sorry. Confirm that it is broken. Call Timo and say, Timo, it's broken. What do I do? And then Timo will either come and fix it himself, or you call Sky Blue, the company that is actually certified to fix car washes. And that is how you fix a car wash.
Or Timo will tell you how to fix the car
Or
wash and
Timo will tell you,
it's simple enough that you can do it yourself.
yes, those are the 4 steps on how to fix a car wash.
Beautiful. Yes,
So
beautiful.
Timo,
That was for
if you
you.
made it this far, which I don't think you probably did,
That was for you.
that's how you fix a car wash.
Hmm.
So thank you for listening to the 801 Diaries podcast today.
So yeah,
Okay. Uh, no. That was just we were just talking about that, so I thought it'd be
that's funny.
funny to include Timo's
Oh
car
my
wash
gosh, we
bit.
didn't even talk about my goals for 2025.
Is that something that we were
Yes.
supposed to be talking about?
Well,
Okay.
this one that has taken over my life.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I'm gonna run a marathon. I am fully
So good.
committed to running a marathon. I want to run a marathon in December. That gives me 11 months to train, and I need people
It's
to
good.
hold me accountable to it. This is why I'm telling everyone, because I need to be held accountable. because
Okay.
I really, 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 really want to do this. I really, really, really want to
Okay.
do it. I have gotten shoes. I got
Which
a
ones did you
weighted
get?
vest.
What
I
shoes did you
got
get?
some New Balances. They're supposed to be really good for
Nice.
running. The research I did,
Okay.
they're supposed to be really good. I got shoes. I enlisted Maddie to go on runs with me.
Really?
Yes. Well, me and Maddie are going to get swole this year. It's our year of getting shredded. So
Amazing.
I need everyone to hold me accountable to this marathon because I want to do it
Okay.
so bad. I want to do it so bad. So, so bad.
You've got this.
So, that's my goal for 2025. So we'll see. In a year from now, if I don't have that little medal, I'm gonna cry.
Well,
You did a marathon.
oh, it looked like you were trying to do a heart for
No,
a
that's my
second. I was like,
medal
that's a
hanging.
really,
It's a medal hanging from my neck that says you
there we go.
completed a marathon. So that's my goal.
Okay.
Anyways,
Have you signed up for one yet?
no,
Okay.
but I need to. But
There you go.
I just need to do that. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but it's my goal.
Okay. You've got this.
Mhm.
You've got this.
Okay, sorry. I just had
Okay.
to put that in there.
No, you're good. I think that'll
So
be
once a month, we
good.
need to check in on my marathon progress because
Okay.
um
Sounds good.
I need to
You need to be held accountable.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We got you.
Okay.
We
Anyways,
here at the podcast, we've got you.
back to our actual topic for the day.
Yes, our real one, not the one for Timo. So a couple months ago, we did a pop culture time capsule for 2014, and we kind of just talked about everything that was going on. We had another year planned, and we just never got to it. So we thought this time we would revisit the other year, which I chose was 2016.
Some may say the greatest year we've experienced in the
See,
last 50 years.
I chose 2016 for this reason. I missed all of 2016.
Hmm.
I was a Mormon missionary in Finland. I was not participating in any of these trends or anything that happened. So I genuinely have no idea the cultural significance of a lot of these, like a lot
Yes.
of 2016. I see TikToks all the time of people being like, to be a teenager in 2014 to 2016, I would live for that again. And I'm
That
like,
was my prime, dude.
okay.
That was my prime. I
So
am the best candidate for this because
it's
I
so amazing.
thrived in 2016.
Amazing. This makes me really happy. So you get to
Mm-hmm.
tell me a lot about 2016 and why it was so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
There's things about it that like I have come to know, but I didn't experience them firsthand. So
Gotcha.
my the cultural significance in my life is not the same. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
really excited to hear personally more about them.
Okie dokie.
Um, okay, so let's just start from the top. Number one, Hamilton.
The cultural phenomenon that was Hamilton was is really something that should be studied. This musical took over the world. Like legitimately took over the world. It was nuts. It was nuts. Like trying to get tickets in New York. It was like a year and a half out. It was sold out. This musical was insane. It was everywhere. Everyone knew it. I was in love, having the time of my life. I loved it so, so much. Like everyone was doing Hamilton parodies. Like everyone knew Hamilton and everyone knew every word to Hamilton and everyone loved Hamilton. Hamilton, it was just something we'd never had before. Like it was this
Right.
brand new thing. Like brand new thing. There were never, I mean, the founding fathers, not the most interesting of people to the majority of the world, I would say. The
Yeah.
majority of the
Yeah.
world. But this was cool and this was fun and this was new and it was interesting. And it was something that even like non-Americans were enjoying. It was insane.
Okay. That's cool.
I loved it.
Because I've, like I came back, listened to Hamilton, fell in love with it, and
Did Emily just
eventually
lie? Did Emily just straight up lie on this
not the first I
podcast?
didn't say it was the first time I ever listened to
Emily,
it.
okay, Emily came home and we were so excited to show this to her because we were so deep in love. She fell asleep. She fell asleep during it.
She was a tired gal.
He just lied so hard.
She didn't understand the cultural significance of Hamilton. She didn't quite get it.
It broke my
Um,
heart. It literally
I
broke my heart
know.
right in half because I
I
love
know.
this so much.
I know. Um, but it was great, but I wish I would have experienced the worldwide
It
phenomenon
was because it was
at that
it
height,
was
the height of
something
its hype.
I have never seen anything like that again. It took over the world. Like literally took over the world. It was insane.
There we go. There we go. Okay, next. This is one I still don't really understand, so I need help getting it. Harambe. I need help. I don't get it.
Why hi Harambe? Oh, so this was the worst thing that's ever happened to anyone ever. Um, was it the Cincinnati Zoo, San Francisco?
Couldn't tell you anything about Harambe.
In a zoo located in the United States.
There we go.
There was a beautiful, lively, in the prime of his life, silverback gorilla named Harambe. This stupid mother, a stupid, stupid mother, lost track of her son, and he crawled into the gorilla exhibit. Harambe, being the hero he is, went to grab the child to take him to safety. Unfortunately, gorillas and humans can't quite communicate yet.
Yet.
The park rangers didn't realize that Harambe was just trying to be a good guy, just trying to help this little guy out, this little kid who fell in. They shot him. They shot Harambe. We lost him in the prime of his life. R.I.P. Harambe. That's all I have to say on that. He was beautiful, and he's gone too soon.
God, too soon. Poor
And
Harambe.
he was just trying to help out this little kid who fell into the gorilla enclosure. Don't watch the video.
There's a video.
He was just trying to get him to safety. He just wanted to help. And how did we thank him? We killed him.
How did we know that Harambe just wanted to help?
You could tell. It was in his eyes. He was such a nice guy, such a pure soul.
Okay.
Fly high, Harambe. I'm thinking of you.
Oh man, poor Harambe. That's so good. R.I.P. Harambe. Did the little kid survive?
I have no idea. Who cares? If you're gonna crawl into a gorilla
Ugh,
enclosure, that's on you, bud.
it's true.
Well, actually, it's on his mother because he was little.
That's more true.
It was
What
on his
what
mother.
a what a legacy to live with that little child will have to bear, being the child that got Harambe killed.
Oh, honestly, I don't know. I don't know how he's gonna do it because
Like
he killed our boy. He killed our
like
boy.
two truth. Can you imagine his two truths and a lie?
I am the kid who fell into
God.
Harambe's enclosure.
Like, oh my gosh.
He took our boy. He
So
took our boy from us, and
he
it was unjust.
he took away Harambe. Okay. The next thing that happened in 2016, Pokemon Go came
Oh my
out.
gosh. This,
Let's talk
another
about it.
cultural phenomenon. This had
Because
people out of their house for the first time in like 20 years.
so I do remember like the first week or two that it dropped because it was very large in Finland. It was big. And some of the young adults in Finland showed me and my companion. They were like, you guys have to see this new app
Pokemon Go.
called Pokemon Go. And it was funny because we actually tried to use Pokemon Go as a way to teach people about Jesus because the
We love a
churches were
Mormon
always,
missionary.
the churches were gyms, whatever that was in
Hmm.
Pokemon Go. So if you let people into the church, they could do their thing
Get
with
their
Pokemon
Pokemon
Go.
Goes.
And we would try and talk to them about Jesus. Didn't work, but we tried.
You know,
So
it,
I do know a little bit about Pokemon Go,
yes.
but will you tell me more?
So it was an app where you would go and you would wa walk around in real life world and find Pokemons that were hidden in the world and collect them. And then you could do things like where they would fight and stuff in the gyms and things like that. I was never that into it. But so you would be out with your friends and you would go on Pokemon Go walks and go walk around and see if you could collect some Pokemons. And it was a big thing. Everyone was outside. It was like one of those things where drivers were like had to be warned, like remember there's a lot of pedestrians out there right now, so be
Oh no.
careful. But it was everyone was outside. It was really funny. Like you just see
Okay.
people walking like on their phones like this. Totally distracted, not paying attention, just walking around collecting their little Pokemons.
Interesting.
And people loved it. I played it a little bit. I wasn't like super duper into Pokemon Go. But I remember I was at the Rice Eccles Stadium up at the U. We were going to see Nitro Circus World Tour, and I got
Okay.
a Pikachu.
You got a
And I got a
Pikachu.
Pikachu, and I didn't know if that was a big deal or not, but I figured that's the only Pokemon I know, so that's a big deal to me. And then I think that was the end of my Pokemon Go time once I
Because
got
you
my
had got your
Pikachu.
Pikachu. There you go.
But it was huge. It was everywhere.
There we go. Good to know. Yeah, it was big in Finland. I remember that, but I never played, so I never
I think some people still play it. Every now and then you'll see people walking around playing Pokemon Go, but
really.
it had a resurgence. Like I think maybe during quarantine when people couldn't really go
Well,
out
that
and
would
do
make
things.
sense.
So it
Yeah.
had a resurgence. I mean, I don't know. That was almost 5 years ago, which is
Oh my
nuts. That
gosh.
is nuts.
Ugh.
Insane.
That's insane.
Um,
Insane.
so it kind of had a resurgence, so it gave people something to do. But
Okay.
it's, Pokemon Go. It was a good time. It was fun. You saw people coming together. They would meet at like these places because everyone wanted this Pokemon. So people were meeting new people, making new friends. Like
I
one
wonder if
time I
people ever
think,
got married off of it.
I'm sure there's at least one case of that. At least one case. But it was funny because people would come because the car wash was a gym, I think, if I remember right.
Oh,
So
okay.
people would come to the car wash and just be like loitering kind of. So we would kind of be like, "Hey, like what are you doing? What's up?" And they're like, "Oh, we're just, collecting Pokemon, doing our Pokemon thing." And it was funny. We're like, "Okay, whatever. If you want a Pokemon, go for it." It was funny. So Pokemon Go was iconic and it was like the big thing. Everyone was like, everyone's gonna get so healthy because they're all walking out, like outside walking around doing all this physical exercise. And then it lasted like a month and then,
It was
no one
over.
went outside again. But so Pokemon Go,
There you go.
great time.
Big deal. Big
Mhm.
deal. Okay. Next thing that was big that year is the Beyonce's Lemonade album came out.
Yes. Yes, yes,
Now,
yes.
again, I missed all this. Please
So,
explain.
yes. So I am not a huge Beyonce fan, so I can only speak a little bit to this, but
You're the biggest Beyonce fan I know, though.
that's true. That is true. You don't surround yourself with many Beyonce fans. But so this album came out, and along with it came out like every music video kind of was a movie kind of thing, like it had like a storyline through
Uh,
it. But
okay.
this album, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, because again, not the biggest Beyonce album. This Beyonce album was about Jay-Z having an affair, kind of a thing. So it was this like, men suck, women are the coolest kind of a thing. I think this is where Becky with
Okay.
the good hair came from.
Okay.
It was just this like, women empowerment album because
Amazing.
Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, which is the wildest thing in the whole entire world. Have you looked at Jay-Z? Have you looked at Beyonce? Wildest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Wild and crazy.
But this has like, her with the baseball bat hitting like the car kind of a thing. Like that's from
Okay.
Lemonade, that whole thing.
Okay. There we go.
It's a good time. Good time.
Okay, another big musical thing of 2016, The Chainsmokers.
Halsey and the Chainsmokers Closer
Let's talk about it.
was literally it. This is one of the first songs. Well, no, that's not true because there were songs before this, but this song like took over the world to the point where if I ever even heard that first little note, I was like, turn it off. I can't hear this song one more time
Do you
because
still feel that way?
no, I love the song now.
Okay.
I can't listen to
Okay.
it all the time, but if it comes on, I'm like, the song slays. But it was huge, like literally everywhere. This was kind of the rise of Halsey and the Chainsmokers. Like they had their like time together because of this
Together. Okay.
song. Um, it was like literally everywhere. Every radio station, every, mall, store, whatever you walked into, was playing this song. There was this kid, my sophomore year of high school, 2016, who would have a speaker in his backpack and walk around playing music. And I swear it was always this song. Anytime I ever walked past this kid, it was this song.
He
Like
was
it was the only song being played anywhere. It was huge.
okay.
And I don't even know why.
See,
It's a great song, but I don't know why it was that big.
oh,
It's not
why
like
was
Me
that big?
Espresso. It's no Me Espresso, let
Happy's
me tell you that.
Happy's number one
My
song of
number one song for
2024.
2024.
Yeah, so the first time I ever heard about the Chainsmokers, it was probably like January, February 2017, so it was
Hmm.
late. And it was so funny. There was this person this girl and her husband, they had moved to Finland for a couple of months because her husband had an internship in Finland, and they're from Idaho. And she was like asking, she's like, "Have you guys heard about this band called like this group called the Chainsmokers and all this kind of stuff?" And she's like trying to tell us all about it. And I just was like, I have she like could not believe that we had never heard about it. And I was like, I've been here, I haven't listened to music in a year and a half. Like I was just about to come home.
Hmm.
And so I like hadn't been a part of any. So that was the first time I heard about them. So then I remember when I came home, I was like, "Oh, I should look up who these chain smokers are," because she was like really cool and had like good taste and everything. So I was like,
Yeah,
"Okay, cool." Like she would
she
if
would
she
know.
liked them, it would
Yeah.
be good. Um and so that was the first time I had ever heard of the chain smokers was when she told me about them. So I went home and looked them up.
Yeah. And this era was kind of because the Chainsmokers are first and foremost DJs. So it
Yes.
was kind of the rise of the DJs with like, David Guetta, Avicii, like Zed,
Marshmallow.
Marshmallow was coming. I think he was
Was he
coming.
coming?
He wasn't
Okay.
there yet, but he was on his way. But it
Okay.
was kind of like that era of music. Um, and the Chainsmokers, they thrived. They thrived.
They thrive in Vegas still.
Oh, I know. They're always there. They have a
I think it would
residency
be
and they're
so
always
fun to
there.
go see them.
I do
Like go
too.
see them in Vegas. Like I
They
think that'd
have
be
just like
wild.
there was a minute there where every single song they came out with was the biggest song ever. Like it was
Yeah.
huge. So they would be fun to see because they've got so many iconic songs.
Yeah, it'd be good. Cool, cool. Okay, next thing that happened. Kim Kardashian was robbed in Paris.
This was the craziest thing that I think that has ever happened. I feel like this was
Hmm.
like the first time it was like there was kind of some like reality with celebrities, if that makes sense. Like celebrities are this
Okay.
thing, and then it was like, oh my gosh, Kim Kardashian was robbed at gunpoint in Vegas
Hmm.
or in Paris. Like just like hearing them all talk about it and everything it was so scary and just sounded like the craziest thing in the whole entire world and so
Yeah.
traumatizing, so scary. And like even now when you hear about it, you're like, I can't believe that happened. Like that is
Yeah. Yeah.
insane. Insane.
Yeah, it like just hearing her talk about it still is like wild to
Yeah.
hear. Okay. Next thing. This one's aptly timed with this next upcoming week. Donald Trump was elected president. Um,
This was his first time. Now we're getting
his
his
first
second
round.
time. This,
That
whether
was
you,
8 years ago.
literally nuts, literally nuts.
That's
But
insane.
yeah, whether you like him or not, it was a time in history. You know what I mean? Like it was one
Yeah.
of those
It
things.
Yeah.
where like when he first started his campaign, everyone was like, this is such a joke. This is never gonna happen. Like he's just doing this because he's bored, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And then he won. And everyone was like, oh my gosh, what do we
Everyone's
do
like,
now?
oh my heck.
It was, yeah, but so he won in 2016, 8 years
Crazy.
ago.
I can't believe that it's been 8 years.
I know.
Like that because I mean I think like where he ran in 2020, like he's just been kind of in the zeitgeist with politics for
Hmm.
8 years now. I
Hmm.
feel like it doesn't seem like it's that long ago, but it's like actually no, it was 8 full years ago that
Hmm.
that happened. But yeah, I mean, that was something that I felt like I experienced a little bit being in not I didn't get like the American side of it, but
Hmm.
I did get the Finnish side of like you guys just elected Donald Trump to be your president. How do
Yeah.
you feel? And like it was very much like a talked about conversation and it
Yeah.
was something that like I heard a lot about. Um and it was wild. It
Yeah.
was just
And it might have been like it was kind of the first election I was,
privy to kind of
yeah, or like what's the word? It starts with a C, where you're like awake or like you're
conscious.
conscious. Yeah, so this was the first like election I was like conscious too. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
I understood who was running, what the whole thing was. And
Yeah.
so I think it was an interesting election to be cognizant. Is that the word I'm looking for?
That's it. Cognizant. Yes.
Cognizant for and like to be aware of because I mean, and again, I can't speak for other elections because this is the first one that I was really like aware of, but like
Hmm.
it was such a historical election kind of, and
Yeah.
it was just talked about so much and like just such a big worldwide discussion where I don't know if elections before that were quite as worldwidely
Yeah.
discussed, but
No, I get
like
that.
anyone I met, like who was not an American, they always brought up Donald Trump. Like, how do you feel about Donald Trump? What do you think of
I feel like
Donald
they still
Trump? Like,
do.
yeah, like, and especially well now because he's been reelected, like
Yeah.
it's a hot topic again. But I just think
Yeah.
it was interesting to see like our politics kind of go worldwide, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel
but I
that.
don't know. But yeah, 2016.
2016. Okay, next big thing. Taylor Swift and Kanye West phone call came out in
Yes.
2016.
The Taylor Swift is Over party came out. This was
Yeah.
2016. This was wild. Crazy, crazy times. I remember, I mean, I remember this happening. I don't really remember it being that big of a deal.
Okay.
It didn't affect my view on Taylor Swift at all, kind of a thing. Like it was
Yeah.
because I thought the Kanye song was in bad taste anyways. Like, so
Yeah.
I didn't really care what people
What
thought
he
or
was saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
if people thought she gave her approval of it or anything because I just thought it was in bad taste anyways. So
Yeah.
if she did give approval, it was just her trying to kind of mend this relationship. If she didn't give approval, I can totally understand why, kind of a thing. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I don't remember, and I remember the Taylor Swift is Over party a little bit because it was such a
So,
big
okay, will
thing.
you explain this?
Yeah, so like Kim
I don't know what
tweeted.
this is.
So Kim, they were filming Keeping Up, and that's how they
Yeah.
got this video. So Kim
Okay.
had this video edited, and then she posted it and said I'm here to defend my husband. She did give approval, like this whole kind of a thing. Like posted the video. And then, like, a couple hours later, was like, oh, look, it's National Snake Day. Like, how ironic, kind of a thing. And had a bunch of the
Okay.
green snake emojis. So then,
Yes.
all of Kanye's fans and Kim fans and stuff started this thing called Taylor Swift is Over party, which was a pretty trendy thing to do when you were like canceling a celebrity at the time. Be like,
Okay.
whoever is over party. So it was Taylor Swift is Over party. They went to all of Taylor Swift's like Instagram posts and were like commenting like green snakes or like Taylor Swift is Over party. That was what was trending on Twitter. Like it was the big end or like cancellation or whatever of Taylor
Okay.
Swift was
Okay.
Taylor Swift is Over party. So
Interesting.
that happened in 2016. I honestly don't think we got the full video till like 2020 or something like that. Like it had been
Yeah, it
oh, it
came out, the
was
full video came out when I was here and around and
yeah.
like so. And I knew what was going on when the
Yeah.
video, like I was aware of like the whole Taylor Swift Kanye thing by then.
Hmm.
So
And like she came out and released her whole statement saying like this is not the whole thing, like it's been
yeah,
edited kind of a thing. No one believed her.
they should have.
She was
They
telling the
should have.
truth. She was telling the truth. But
There you go.
in my eyes, either way, it was a
I
mean thing for
mean,
Kanye to do. Like
yeah.
it was a
Yeah, no,
gross
like
song. Like I don't know.
yeah.
But
No, I
I don't
agree.
think Kanye is this musical genius that a lot of people think he is. So I don't
Mm.
know. I
So
don't
you're like,
know.
eh.
I also didn't listen to much like early 2000s Kanye, which is I think what people think is his prime kind of a thing. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
I
get
don't
it.
know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, for the last thing of 2016, we got the iconic I Heart Taylor Swift shirt from Tom Hiddleston
Yes, we
and
did.
Taylor.
Yes,
So
we did.
I feel like that's a great note to end on. So
Yes.
let's talk about it.
So this was during their like 2, 3 month whirlwind romance, right before she started dating Joe Alwyn. But it was the iconic Taylor Swift 4th of July party.
The dream to
Tom,
be
the
invited to.
dream, like at her Rhode Island house, this beautiful house,
The dream party.
the dream party. Come to find out, Tom Hiddleston needs a shirt. They think it's funny if he puts on this I Heart TS shirt. And
Hilarious, I
it is
think.
funny, but Paps captured pictures of it. And then all of a sudden, it became this thing about how Taylor Swift makes her boyfriends wear her merch and how Taylor
Oh
Swift is
no.
such a narcissist that she makes her friends and her family wear shirts that have her face or her name on it. And it became this whole thing. And I think this was right after the Kanye thing, or like right in the midst of, or something. So she never really commented on it for a long
Okay.
time. So it just became this whole big meme about how Taylor Swift makes her boyfriends wear her merch, which is so funny because if I was Tom Hiddleston at that point, I would have been like, that's freaking hilarious. I want to wear that right now. Like, that is so funny.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it became this whole thing. But it's an
There you go.
iconic
Okay.
photo. It really is
Oh
such an
yeah. No, it's
iconic
such a
photo.
good photo. Like
Hmm.
I think it's hilarious. So I was curious more about it. But yeah, that was
Yes.
the last thing I had for 2016 is Taylor and Tom.
T 2016 was such a good time. Such a good time.
It sounds like such a wild year.
It was
Like
such a
you like
wild
I
year, and it was such an unserious year too. Like
which is
for
kind
most
of the
things, there were
best.
some
Yeah.
serious things, but there was a lot of just jokes, like Harambe, Fly High, My Guy, and Pokemon Go, like just a lot of
Yeah.
like it was a good time for memes. I will say that it was a
See,
good time for memes.
I love a good like unserious meme
Yes,
when everybody can be like that because
yes, it was a good
I think
time.
that's when the world is more united anyway, is
It
when
was a good
everyone's
time.
just kind of memeing on the
Hmm.
world. So, yeah.
But yeah, so if there's anything in 2016 that we missed that you feel makes it such an iconic year, because 2016 is such an
Let
iconic
us
year,
know
let us know because I feel like you did a
because
good job. Yeah.
thank you. Because again, I missed 2016, so I would love to know what else I missed because it really does just seem like the most iconic like I just hear and see TikToks so all the time of people talking about longing for 2016 again.
Summer of
And I
2016.
just I want to experience it. I want to know what I missed. I want to feel it. So, if we miss something, let me know.
Yeah,
Let us know
because it was a
because
good time. It was a good
yeah,
time.
it was a good time,
Yeah.
but
Alrighty, well, I think that is
I
it for
think
this
that's
week.
it. Yeah.
Follow us on your preferred streaming platform and social media and subscribe on YouTube. It's just
Yes.
801 Diaries podcast
Yep.
everywhere. So you can find us.
You can find us. We'll be there.
We will be
I think
there
that's it
having
though.
a good time.
It's a good time. This week, oh, never mind. It's already passed if you're listening to this. So I was gonna say this week is Abby's birthday, but
Yeah, my birthday is quickly
it's
arising,
Wednesday. So
but don't remind me.
unfortunately,
Don't
it's
remind me. I'm
passed.
getting so
Abby is
old.
already in her mid 20s at this point. So go sign her guest book for her funeral. So
Do you know, I think it's so funny because we have two screens or like two cameras or whatever, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? I feel like you miss so many good gems because Emily will be talking and I'm over here doing hand gestures
it's true.
that no one gets to see. Just Emily. These are just for Emily. Um, so just know
Amazing.
there's a lot going behind this camera.
There is. So, and that's
Um,
just for the two of us.
just for the
So,
two of us. But yeah, so I will be an old lady, an old
yep.
fart the next time you see me.
But it's okay. It's gonna be great. Mid-20s are fun. Okay, I think that's it for today, everybody. We
Okay.
will see you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.